I'm Eric Wu.
I'm Blakely Graham.
And we're the co-founders of Bracket Labs, and that's bracketlabs.com. And we are the makers of apps in the SalesForce ecosystem, specifically focused on collaboration and productivity. We're a startup out of Boulder, Colorado, and we're bootstrapped and really focused on what we saw as a great opportunity in the SalesForce.com app exchange. Essentially, they're trying to create an app store with discrete, small footprint, well-built apps to add functionality to Salesforce customers. And we had a ton of ideas, so we're kind of taking a portfolio approach, building a number of those apps to take to market. I think probably the biggest hurdle was finding the guts to do it, really to take that jump. Both of us had worked in startups in the past, but had never founded. And founding is an entirely different level of kind of leap of faith.
Eric had to work on me for a couple of months.
Yeah, it took some convincing.
Yeah.
But that was probably the biggest hurdle. And then, once you commit to doing it, it's funny how those hurdles, in the rearview mirror don't look nearly as big as they were in front of you. I don't know if we've tripped yet. So we're 6 months old, and we're pretty big believers in lean startup methodology. And so in a lot of ways, the little things that have tripped us up have actually been gifts, have been moments of learning about our customers, moments of learning about that product market fit that all startups need to go find. So nothing's tripped us up yet, but we've been surprised by, assumptions we had made about our market or our customers that weren't necessarily true. And some of those surprises are pleasant. Some of the things that we've learned mean that we've guessed right, so we've nailed some things. We work in the cloud computing space. Salesforce is very quickly emerging as a leading cloud computing provider. And so a lot of the things that have been really kind of eye-opening for us have been kind of the cheap, abundant resources that the cloud makes available. So for instance, everything we do as far as infrastructure is run in the cloud. And it's very, very cheap or free. And so that's been awesome. Using Google Apps for our company, using Salesforce to help run a lot of kind of our back-end business stuff. Even the platform that we're developing on, Force.com, is very cheap to deploy on, very easy to work on. It's been great, and it wasn't possible. It was 5 years ago even, so that's been pretty awesome. We have one product out, and we're taking this portfolio approach to our company, and we want to deploy a lot of different products and see which ones hit. The abyss right now is kind of the tension between, we've got this one product out, it's enjoyed some success, it maybe needs some sales and marketing nurturing to keep going, or do we kind of allow ourselves to focus on a second product and getting that scoped out and getting that built? And ideally we could do both, right? But we're probably facing a problem of having distracted resources from one or the other, too many balls in the air kind of problem. So yeah, we're wrestling with that a little bit right now.
My partner. Yeah.
I think both of us have been surprised at how much we love owning a business.
Yeah.
And working for ourselves, and kind of the motivation that comes from being your own boss.
Getting pushed in ways I've never been pushed before.
Sure, the challenges are fun.
They're fun.
They're sort of fun, probably like bungee jumping's fun, where you think you might die, right? And then you come through it, and you're like, wow, that was great. This is going to sound silly. The guys behind OkCupid are a big inspiration for me. And part of why I love what they do is they're obviously really sharp guys. I mean, there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there that are really sharp guys, but they're really sharp guys who have never deviated from having a great time. Like every project that they worked on, they have a lot of fun. They allow themselves to geek out in the ways that they want to geek out. You know, they're all data guys. They're all math guys. And so here you are, guys who are running a dating site who are really more interested in the data being generated by their dating site than they are in necessarily dating, right? And they just love it, and it's very obvious that they're having a great time. And someday when I grow up, I want to have a business that I love that much, right? Those guys have always had a good time.
Yeah, that someday is today.
Who else inspires us?
You know, I think in terms of the SalesForce, the very specific niche we're in, we've been fortunate to work with another partner, App Extremes, that are local, just happen to be local here in the Boulder, Denver community. They've been very helpful sharing their success with us and kind of the tricks of the trade, and they've been very inspiring to kind of follow in their footsteps. That's been
That's true. They've been a great role model for us.
Yeah. And just being in the Boulder, Denver community, we're actually very lucky to have such a strong startup community around us. So there's a lot of people to collaborate and share with. Lean Startup and Tech Startups and TechStars
and just kind of picking up stuff by osmosis.
Yeah.
You know, like it's in the air. Term sheets or structuring rounds of funding, like it's just the conversations that you're able to have and kind of casually pass knowledge back and forth. Feel lucky to be exposed to those kind of people.